At almost 65, Spud Webb has finally broken his silence, and the truth is what many fans have been waiting to hear. For decades, people have whispered about whether his legendary 1986 dunk contest victory was just a lucky moment or if there was something deeper behind his incredible career. Now, Webb is setting the record straight about his journey from a kid nobody believed in to becoming one of basketball's most inspiring success stories. Anthony Spud Webb was born on July 13, 1963 in Dallas, Texas. Growing up in a modest three-bedroom home with his parents and five siblings, Webb dreamed of making it to the NBA, despite everyone telling him he was too small. In junior high, coaches literally told him to sit in the stands because they thought he couldn't compete. But instead of giving up, Webb convinced his coach to give him one chance. In his very first game, he dropped 20 points and proved that size doesn't always matter. This became the pattern of Webb's entire life. Every time someone said he couldn't do something, he found a way to prove them wrong. In high school at Wilmer Hutchins, he got cut from the varsity team and had to play junior varsity because of his height. But Webb didn't let that stop him. He practiced harder than anyone else, and when he finally got his shot, he led his team to the playoffs and averaged 26 points per game as a senior. These amazing performances earned him Player of the Year honors and a spot on the All-State team, where he was one of only 10 players selected out of 5,000. If you're enjoying this incredible story of determination, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because we're just getting started with Webb's amazing journey. Even after dominating high school basketball, major colleges still wouldn't give Webb a real chance. The scouting system back then only cared about how tall players were, not how talented they were. So Webb went to Midland Junior College in Texas, where he continued to shock everyone. In 1982, he led his team to a national junior college championship, turning them into a real Cinderella story that nobody saw coming. This success finally caught the attention of North Carolina State University. The story of how he got recruited is now legendary in basketball circles. When assistant coach Tom Abatamarco told head coach Jim Valvano about Webb, Valvano's first reaction after seeing the short player at the airport was, "If that's Spud Webb, you're fired." But Valvano was so impressed during Webb's campus visit that he immediately offered him a scholarship. Webb played 2 years at NC State and led the team to the NCAA Tournament Sweet 16, once again proving that talent beats size every time. When Webb entered the NBA in 1985, scouts predicted he would end up playing in Europe or for the Harlem Globetrotters. The Detroit Pistons drafted him in the 4th round, but cut him before preseason even started. This was devastating, but Webb refused to quit. He got a tryout with the Atlanta Hawks and beat out several experienced guards to make the roster. The Hawks needed a point guard to help their star player, Dominique Wilkins, and Webb was ready to prove he belonged. Then came the moment that changed everything. On February 8, 1986, in his hometown of Dallas, Webb entered the NBA Slam Dunk Contest as the ultimate underdog. Standing just 5'7", he was the shortest player ever to compete in the event. He was going up against his own teammate, the 6'8" defending champion Dominique Wilkins, who everyone expected to win easily. What happened next was pure magic. Webb didn't just compete, he dominated. He threw down an elevator two-handed double pump, an off-the-backboard one-handed jam, a 360-degree helicopter dunk, and a reverse double pump slam that had the crowd going crazy. In the final round, he beat Wilkins with 2 perfect 50-point scores. But here's the best part of the story that Webb revealed years later. His Atlanta coach, Mike Fratello, said that Webb had duped Wilkins by telling him he hadn't prepared or practiced for the contest. This wasn't just athletic ability, it was smart psychological strategy that showed Webb's competitive mind was as sharp as his vertical leap. The dunk contest made Webb famous around the world and brought him endorsement deals, but he was determined to be known as more than just a dunker. He made a smart decision to step away from future dunk contests, saying, "I wanted to be known as a basketball player, not just a guy who could dunk." This choice completely changed how people saw him and his legacy. Webb's real basketball skills showed during his 12 seasons in the NBA, especially with the Sacramento Kings from 1992 to 1995. These were his best statistical years, where he proved he was a legitimate point guard. In his first season with Sacramento, he averaged a career-high 16.0 points and 7.1 assists per game. He also showed off his shooting ability by leading the entire league in free throw percentage during the 1994-95 season with an incredible 93.4%. These numbers proved that the dunk contest was just the beginning, not the end of his story. After retiring in 1998, Webb didn't disappear from basketball. He became the president of basketball operations for the Texas Legends, the NBA G League team connected to the Dallas Mavericks. This job is especially meaningful because it shows how a player who was constantly doubted by the system now holds a position of power within that same system. He also served as a judge for NBA dunk contests and mentored other short players like Nate Robinson, who won the dunk contest at 5'9", making him and Webb the only players under 6 feet to ever win the event. In recent years, Webb has become known for his honest opinions about modern basketball. He criticizes today's dunk contest, saying he prefers natural dunks without all the props, instead of the gimmicks and extraordinary stunts that have taken over. Webb believes the old-school approach was better when competitors like Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan tried to outdo each other with pure dunking skill. He also thinks modern stars are scared to lose and won't compete because they're worried about their image. Webb has also spoken out against load management in today's NBA, calling it kind of embarrassing, really. He argues that players owe it to the fans who pay good money to see them play. Webb remembers how deflating it is for families to attend games and see their favorite stars sitting out for no real reason. During his playing days, Webb had to play hard every night just to keep his spot on the team, and he sees modern players resting as disrespectful to the game and the fans. Webb's impact goes far beyond his own career. He paved the way for other short players in the NBA like Earl Boykins and Muggsy Bogues. When you compare Webb's stats to Bogues in their head-to-head matchups, it shows two different ways that shorter players could succeed. Bogues was better at playmaking and rebounding, while Webb was the superior scorer and shooter. This proves that there isn't just one path for non-traditional players to make it in basketball. Webb represents a rare combination of incredible athletic ability and smart basketball analysis. His post-playing career as a public speaker and basketball executive proves his lasting importance to the game. His modern commentary isn't just random opinions. It comes from someone who lived through the struggle of proving himself every single day. His journey from overlooked teenager to NBA starter gives him the right to criticize load management in the modern dunk contest because he earned his respect through pure hard work and dedication. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated on more incredible basketball stories like this one. Webb's story reminds us that greatness isn't measured by physical size, but by the size of someone's heart and determination. His 12-season NBA career, his legendary dunk contest victory, and his continued influence on the game show that he was never just a novelty act. He was a complete basketball player who happened to be short, not a short player who got lucky. His success opened doors for other players who didn't fit the traditional mold and proved that skill and determination can overcome any physical disadvantage. Today, Webb continues to influence basketball through his executive role and his honest commentary about the modern game. His insights are valuable because they come from real experience, not just theory. He lived through an era when players had to earn everything they got, and he sees the erosion of that work ethic as harmful to the sport he loves. Webb's legacy is built on authentic talent, mental toughness, and the refusal to accept limitations that others tried to place on him. The truth that Webb has been telling us all along is simple but powerful. Success in basketball and in life isn't about fitting into what people expect. It's about maximizing your unique talents, outworking everyone else, and never giving up on your dreams no matter how many people doubt you. At almost 65, Spud Webb's message is more relevant than ever in a world that often focuses on what you can't do instead of celebrating what you can accomplish.